You're getting 7 hours of sleep. You're drinking the water. You're even squeezing in workouts. So why? Why in God's name are you still so exhausted that by 2 p.m. you feel like you could cry into your coffee? Mama, I want you to hear this. Hear me out. It is not in your head, and it is not because you're weak or you're lazy, you don't have enough willpower, or you're not trying hard enough. Today, we are breaking down the 4 actual root causes of mom fatigue, and I promise you, not a single one of them is just sleep more. Stay with me on this one. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or like you've lost yourself in the postpartum chaos? Whether you're 4 weeks postpartum, 2 years in, or done having babies, you deserve to feel like yourself again. Hey mama, I'm Val, a functional sports dietitian, postpartum fitness coach, and a mama who understands exactly what you're going through. Welcome to the Strong and Nourished Mama podcast, where you'll find simple, science-backed strategies to heal your core, rebuild strength, and restore your energy without the overwhelm. If you're ready to go from depleted to strong, nourished, and unstoppable, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Strong and Nourished Mama podcast. I am your host, Val, sports dietitian, strength coach, and a fellow mama who has been exactly where you are. If you are brand new here, hey, welcome. I am so happy that you found us. And honestly, this is going to be a really, really good episode to start with. And if you've been rocking with me for a while, thank you, seriously, and welcome back. Real quick, before we dive in, if this episode resonates with you today, I want you to do one thing. Share it with one mama friend who is running on fumes right now. Just text her the link. That's it. You could genuinely change how she feels this week. And if you have been listening for a while and you haven't left us a review yet on Apple Podcasts, it takes literally 30 seconds and it helps other tired mamas find the show. Okay, now let's talk about why you are so dang tired. Okay, I want you to close your eyes for a second. Actually, don't do that because you're probably driving and you're probably folding laundry or chasing after your little ones. But come with me here for a minute. Imagine it's 7 a.m. Your baby was up at midnight and again at 4 a.m. Your alarm goes off and you physically have to peel yourself out of your warm bed because there's no snooze button when you're a mom. There's no snooze button when you're a mom. You make your kids breakfast. You pack the daycare bag, you pack the food, you find the missing shoe, you answer a work email from your phone while standing at the counter, and somewhere around 10 a.m. you realize you haven't even eaten a single thing, nothing. But you don't even feel hungry because you're running on cortisol, you're running on caffeine, and probably just sheer mom willpower, honestly. So you grab a coffee, your second one, and you tell yourself, you'll eat lunch. I'll eat lunch. That's okay. I'll be fine. And you do. Quick sandwich, maybe some crackers, whatever was fast, and within an hour, you feel like someone pulled the plug on you. The afternoon hits and you are done. You are snapping at people you love, you're irritable, you are staring at your computer screen, reading the same sentence 4 million times. You would give anything to just lie down for 20 minutes. And then 9 p.m. hits and you're finally kid-free and suddenly you can't sleep. You're scrolling, you're wired, you're tired, you're twired, basically. Your brain won't shut off. And you think to yourself, I just need more sleep. I just need more sleep. That's it. It's because the baby is waking up multiple times a night. And if I could just get more sleep, I would feel better. And listen, mama, I hear you. And I also need to tell you, sleep is probably not the problem. Sleep is major. And we love sleep. Sleep is essential. That's my number one priority, obviously, when it comes to lifestyle outside of my baby girl and my family. But what I just described, that is a blood sugar roller coaster, cortisol overload, and underfueling all happening in one single day. And it is so common. I hear this every single week, and it is so fixable. But you cannot fix it if no one is telling you what is actually going on. That is what today is about. I want to tell you about a mama that I worked with. I will call her Sarah, let's say, okay? Sarah came to me about 8 months postpartum. She had a toddler, a full-time job, and she was working out 5 days a week. On paper, you're looking at everything. Yeah, okay, she's doing everything right? She was meal prepping on Sundays. She was hitting the gym, weightlifting, doing cardio before work. She was drinking water, and she was absolutely exhausted, like tears in the car, can't think straight, what is wrong with me, exhausted. Have you felt like that before? She had gone to her doctor. Her labs came back normal. She was told she might be a little anemic. Here's some iron. Try to sleep more. That was it. When she came to me, the first thing I did was look at what she was actually eating. And what I found was that she was fueling like a sedentary person while living the life of a postpartum athlete, which ain't going to cut it. She was eating maybe 1,400 calories on a good day. She was skipping breakfast 3 times a week. And remember, she's going to the gym 5 days a week. And she starts out her day by going to the gym and then starting her busy day. So skipping breakfast 3 times a week, no bueno. She was going 6 hours without food and then wondering why she felt terrible at 4 p.m. Her iron was technically in range. And we're going to talk about this more later in a future episode. But when I looked at her ferritin, her stored iron, specifically, it was at the very bottom of normal. So it's not optimal. It's not supportive for an active postpartum breastfeeding body, just not flagged. We spent 8 weeks rebuilding her foundation. So what does that look like? It looked like more food, real food, timing it better, and things that actually worked for her. So it doesn't mean like this perfect plan or this perfect way of eating. It was nutrition and food that worked for her in her schedule. Blood sugar balance at every single meal, stress management that actually fit her life and that she enjoyed and that worked for her. Targeted nutrients based on what her body actually needed. And by week 4, she messaged me and she said, and I will never forget this, she said, Val, I feel like myself again. I'm starting to feel like myself again, like actually myself. I'm not in survival mode all of the time. And I'm feeling more rested. I'm noticing changes in the gym and during the day. And that is what is possible when you address the root cause instead of just chasing the symptom. And that is exactly what I want for you. Okay, so let's get into it. There are 4 root causes I see over and over again. And in the mamas I work with, in my DMs, and honestly in myself, this is what I see. And here is what I want you to understand before we go through them, because most of the time it is not just one of these. So there's 4 root causes that we're going to go over. It's not just one, boom, let's fix it. It is usually 2, 3, or all 4 kind of like working at the same time, which is why you feel so exhausted, even when you feel like you're doing everything right. Okay, so root cause number 1, underfueling. And honestly, the one I see the most of too. And I've done it myself. I have underfueled unintentionally. It's not like this intentional, oh my gosh, I'm just going to undereat. I'm not going to eat enough on purpose. It's just that you're so busy. We don't have this plan and the day just gets a hold of us and we undereat. And what I mean here, it's not like you're following this super strict diet. What I mean is you're just simply not eating enough to support what your body is actually doing. Here's what underfueling looks like in real mom life. You wake up, you make your kids breakfast, you do the coffee, you pack the lunches, and then you realize, again, it's 11 a.m. Oh my gosh, it's already lunch, and I have had nothing but coffee. You know how many times my clients and I are talking, and I ask them, what did you have for breakfast? And they think through their morning routine, and they're like, wait, oh my gosh, I haven't actually had breakfast. Or you eat a salad for lunch because you are trying to be good. And by 3 p.m., you feel like you have nothing left in the tank. You're dragging. Or you are breastfeeding and burning an extra 500 plus calories a day, significant, especially how much you're breastfeeding. And you are eating the same as you did pre-baby. Your body is not a machine that runs on willpower. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Your body is not a machine that runs on willpower. It runs on food. We need fuel. We need energy. We need nutrients. When you do not give it enough fuel, especially enough carbohydrates and overall calories, your body goes into this conservation mode. It literally starts rationing your energy. And who gets the scraps? You do. Your brain feels foggy. Your motivation tanks. Your workouts feel absolutely brutal. And by the afternoon, you could probably, most absolutely, fall asleep standing up. This is Also, one of the main things that we address in week 2 of my Strong, Nourished, and Energized Mom method, it is called Fuel to Heal. And it is where we figure out exactly how much your body needs right now in this season. It's not this generic calculator. Okay, go eat this many calories. Boom, that's it. We're really looking at you, your body, and what you're doing. So if you want to learn more, head to wellnessbyval.com/program. The link is also in the show notes. So root cause number 1, underfueling. I see it a lot, all of the time. Root cause number 2, blood sugar dysregulation. And this one is sneaky. It's super sneaky because it does not always look like a blood sugar problem. And people think, well, I don't have diabetes. My blood sugar, last time I tested it pre-baby, it was fine. Like, I don't have diabetes. So like, why do I need to pay attention to my blood sugar? Every single human needs to pay attention to their blood sugar. It's not just those with pre-diabetes or diabetes. Here is what it actually looks like. You have coffee for breakfast, which is not breakfast. You have coffee for breakfast, maybe with a little creamer, maybe not. Then you have nothing until noon because you were in back-to-back meetings or chasing a toddler, which is so exhausting. Then you eat lunch, but it is mostly carbs. Maybe it's a sandwich, some crackers, whatever was fast. And within an hour, you feel wiped. Then it's 3 p.m. It's the 3 p.m. slump and it hits you and you grab another coffee or you grab an energy drink or you grab something sweet just to survive and then you eat dinner. You feel kind of okay, but you wake up at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. for some reason and you can't fall back asleep and you're like, oh, great. Now I have to wake up in 3 hours, right? You're just laying there. Does this sound familiar? If it does, this is a blood sugar roller coaster and it is exhausting for your body to be going through all day long, day in and day out, without you even realizing it. It is exhausting. It puts so much strain on the body. Now, here's the science in plain English. Let's try to keep this as simple as possible. When you go long periods without eating or eating carbohydrates, or especially like balancing your carbohydrates with protein, fat, and fiber, your blood sugar spikes. So it goes super high, okay, in the bloodstream. And then it drops, it falls, it crashes. When it crashes, your body panics a little because your body, its main job, one of the main jobs, a million jobs it has, but one of the main jobs is to keep your blood sugar as balanced as it can, because if it gets too low, that's dangerous. If it gets too high, that's dangerous. Now, of course, that's still going to happen, but that's what your body's trying to do. So when it crashes, your body panics. It releases cortisol to bring it back up. Cortisol is released from the adrenals. It's your stress hormone. And what it does is it helps free stored glucose into the bloodstream to help bring your blood sugar back up. So now you have a cortisol spike at 3 p.m., another one at 2 a.m., and your adrenals are working overtime just to keep you functional. No wonder you are tired. And then we have this blood sugar dysregulation that goes along with that. I talked about why carbs are not the enemy back in episode 88. It is a great companion to listen to with this episode, and I will link to that in the show notes so you can quickly find it. The key is not avoiding carbs. No, that's not it. It is balancing them. Protein, fat, fiber, and carbs at every meal. And of course, depending on our activity, what the timing of that the amounts are going to vary. It sounds simple and it changes everything. So that's root cause number 2, which leads us right into root cause number 3, cortisol overload. And this one I really want you to sit with because I think it is the most under-discussed cause of mom fatigue. Now, real quick, your adrenals, you may hear on social media or, someone may tell you you have adrenal fatigue. That's not a thing, even though you may hear that a lot. It's not like your adrenals are getting tired and just like, I'm not going to do my job anymore. Really, it's just we may have this dysregulation, this imbalance, and maybe this overload, or we're getting cortisol at the wrong time because cortisol has this diurnal rhythm where it should spike in the morning and then it should drop in the evening. And it's the opposite of melatonin. Cortisol is your stress hormone. And before you roll your eyes and think, I just need to stress less. Okay, thanks. No, hear me out, because cortisol overload is not about being a stressed person. It is about what happens in your body when it is chronically in a state of doing too much with too little. So it goes right back to the blood sugar dysregulation. It goes right back to the underfueling. So that's why they're all connected. Here's what cortisol overload feels like in real life. You were tired all damn day, but weirdly wired at night, and you cannot wind down. You feel anxious or irritable for no clear reason. You wake up tired even after a full night of sleep. You feel like you were always on edge, always braced for the next thing. You work out hard and you feel more exhausted after instead of energized. The last one is a big one. If you are someone who pushes through intense workouts on top of no sleep, not enough food, and a packed schedule, your body sees that workout as another stressor. Not like, hey, cool, awesome, we're going to the gym, we're going to get the blood flowing, we're going to build some muscle. No. So instead of building you up, it's actually breaking you down. Now, here's the spicy truth I want to leave you with on this one. You cannot out-supplement a stressed nervous system. I gotta say it again. You cannot out-supplement a stressed nervous system. I see this on Instagram, on TikTok all the time. If your cortisol is high, or if this is going on, if your nervous system isn't balanced, and you're really stressed, just take these supplements. I took these supplements and it worked wonders. I'm not saying that these, again, specific nutrients can be helpful, but I see moms spending so much money on adaptogens and energy supplements, and I'm not saying that those things don't have a place. I love them. These are great tools. But if the four walls of your life are crumbling, no supplement is going to hold them up. Again, this goes back to the foundations. We have to address the root cause of the issue that is going on. If we don't get to the root, it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep festering, right? Think of, we just pulled weeds the other day. If you don't pull the entire root out, it's just gonna keep growing. I'm going to do a full deep dive on cortisol, sleep, and fat loss in the future. So if this is hitting home for you, put that one on your must-see list. Make sure that you're subscribed to the show. Okay, last but not least, root cause number 4, nutrient depletion. This one is personal to me, and it is the one I think gets missed the most. Pregnancy, breastfeeding, being postpartum, it's incredibly demanding on your body. Incredibly demanding. Your baby took what they needed first. That's what's super cool. That's biology. But that means you may have come out of that season depleted, more depleted than you went in, especially if you went into it depleted, in ways that are directly affecting how you feel every single day. I think that's nuts. It's super cool that the body does that, because your body's thinking, hey, like if you're pregnant, I have to grow this human. They need calcium. They need vitamin D. They need iron. I'm not getting enough of that from mom. Okay, well, let's just pull from her. Let's just pull from her reserves. So the big ones I see the most often, now there's a lot, but the big ones I see the most often, iron, B12 and folate, vitamin D, and magnesium. Low iron looks like feeling exhausted even after sleep. You're sleeping good, but you're still exhausted. You're winded going up the stairs, brain fog so thick you can't forget you walked into a room. Like, why am I here? What am I getting? What's happening? Feeling cold all the time, hair falling out more than the usual postpartum issues with hair, right? Now, a lot of moms chalk that up to just being postpartum. Like, okay, I just had a baby. It's fine. Like, this is normal. But chronic iron deficiency, it's going to make it a lot worse. Low B12 and folate, it's kind of similar, and I'm going to dive into this deeper next week. Specifically B12, tingling in your hands or feet, extreme fatigue, difficulty concentrating, low mood, and those are not fun symptoms. Low vitamin D is going to look like fatigue, obviously, but also low mood. You're going to have some muscle weakness. You're going to get sick. You're going to get sick more often, and bone pain or achiness. And here is the kicker. We live in a world where most people are deficient in vitamin D, and most doctors only flag it if it is critically low. What the heck? And you can be normal, like in the normal range for vitamin D on a lab panel, and still be in a range that leaves you feeling terrible. I see this all the time with moms. Now, low magnesium is going to look like low energy, fatigue, cramping, middle of the night waking, anxious, unable to relax. And here is what I want you to hear with all of these. Your labs might say normal when you get them back, right? You're just looking for green and red. We're not really looking at the value. And you might still be depleted even if it's in the green, if it's in normal, because conventional lab ranges are set based on what is average for the population, okay, for the general population, not for what is optimal, especially for a postpartum active breastfeeding mom. So functional medicine looks at this differently. It has functional optimal reference ranges, and that difference definitely matters. Like I said, I'm going to go into this really deep on these nutrients next week in episode 95. So including how to have a conversation with your doctor about getting the right labs to run. So make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you do not miss that one. That's next week, episode 95. And in episode 77, I talked about magnesium for moms. So listen to that if you missed it. Now, here's where I want to get really real with you for a second. So if you left, come back to me, come back, listen up, because I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. You're thinking, okay, Val, this makes sense, but how do I actually know which of these I'm dealing with? How do I know if my iron is low or my B12 or my magnesium? My doctor just ran a basic panel and said everything looks fine. I hear this all the time, and it is exactly why I'm launching something brand new, and I am sharing it with the podcast listeners and email subscribers first before I open it to anyone else. It is called the Functional Lab Review, and here's how it works. If you already have labs, maybe from a recent physical or blood work within the last year, you can book a session with me and I will review them through a functional medicine lens. Not just, okay, you're in range, good, bad, whatever, but where are you in that range? What does that mean for your energy, your hormones, your recovery, and what do we do about it? If you don't have labs yet, no problem. I can order them through my practitioner account so you get the right panels run, not just like every single things that are unneeded. Then we are going to review them together. So there are two options: a 30-minute review session if you just want clarity on what your labs mean, or a 60-minute session where we also build a personalized action plan, specific nutrition strategies, supplement priorities, and lifestyle shifts based on your results and how you are feeling. Okay, so those two things, really, really important. Not just your results, but also how you are feeling now. So it's not this generic protocol that goes to every single person. It's your protocol. This is for the mama who has been told your labs are normal, but yet you still feel terrible. This is for the mama who wants to stop guessing and finally have someone look at our numbers through the right lens. So again, I am only opening this to my email subscribers first and then onto the podcast. So if you are not on my email list, go to wellnessbyval.com/insider and get on the list. That link is going to be in the show notes as well. And the details and booking link are going to be going out to subscribers in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Let's recap everything we covered today. The 4 root causes of mom fatigue. Number 1, underfueling. Your body needs real food to produce real energy. Number 2, blood sugar dysregulation. The roller coaster of skipped meals and unbalanced eating is exhausting your system all day. Number 3, cortisol overload, chronic stress, physical and mental, and this keeps your body in survival mode. Number 4, nutrient depletion, and with the nutrients that I see the most of, iron, B12, folate, and vitamin D and magnesium, depleted by pregnancy, postpartum, breastfeeding. These are often missed on a standard lab panel. And here's the thing, most mamas that I talk to have all 4 happening at once. All 4, which means fixing one is helpful, but addressing all 4 and addressing the root cause of what is going on, that is where you actually start to feel like yourself again. Here is one more action step that you can take this week. Just one, because I know your plate is full. I totally get it. I'm in the same boat. For the next 3 days, I want you to notice your eating patterns. Don't judge them. Leave the judgment at the door. We don't need that here. Don't change them immediately. Let's just create awareness. Just start to notice. Are you skipping breakfast? How many days of the week are you skipping breakfast? Going more than 4 hours without eating, running on caffeine until 2 p.m. That awareness is the first step. Write it down so that you don't forget, okay? Don't rely on your brain remembering. You have too much going on in there, and that's just from personal experience. If I don't write it down, it's gone. Notice how you feel at different times of the day. The data is where we're going to get more info, okay? This is gold. And if you are ready to stop just noticing and actually get a plan, the Strong, Nourished, and Energized Mom Method is open right now for enrollment. No waiting for a launch, no wait list. You can start whenever you are ready. 8 weeks of step-by-step support, nutrition, movement, and habits built around your real mom life. Go to wellnessbyval.com/program. The link is always going to be in the show notes. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, Mama. I genuinely love that you are here. It means the world to me. If this episode hit home, please share it. Send it to a mama friend who needs to hear this. Post it on social media, post it in a mom group, screenshot it, and tag me on Instagram at wellnessbyval_. I love seeing that, and I always reshare. But just please know, if you are private, I won't be able to see your tag. So that's just, I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, okay? Next Monday, we are going to go a little bit deeper. Episode 95 is all about the specific nutrient deficiencies that are most commonly stealing your energy as a mom and how to actually get tested and advocate for yourself at the doctor. It is going to be a good one. So make sure you are subscribed so it lands right in your feed on Monday. All right, stay strong, stay nourished, and I'll see you next week. Hey Mama, I hope you loved today's episode. If you got something out of it or simply enjoyed listening, would you please take 30 seconds to share it with another mom who could use the support? And if you haven't yet, I would be so grateful if you could leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in. It truly means the world to me, and it helps the show reach more amazing moms like you. All right, time to go chase my toddler around. Stay strong and nourished, and I'll be back on Monday with another episode. Talk soon.